Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at barbecue. Yeah, I know some people have issues with this guy because he's not, a fighting Joe, so to speak. Um, but I really dug him as a kid, and I still dig him now. I like his colors, I like his paint apps, I love his sculpt. Everything about him, I dig it. Uh, to be honest, as a kid, I used him. I used this as a flamethrower. Um, he fought alongside Blowtorch, and they were making fires instead of fighting them. Um, I did pretend that he could still spray foam and put out fires if they got out of control or whatever. But uh, 9 out of 10 adventures, he was starting fires, and that's just how I rolled with him as a kid. As an adult, I see him more as a firefighter. Um, I love the sculpt of the outfit. I like the air tanks and everything, the way they did it. Of course, I love how they did the custom tampos for each guy's, individual specialties. Um, like unit badges, super awesome. And and yeah, man. I mean, you can't go wrong with this figure. Everything on him makes sense. He's got his foam sprayer. He's got his foam tanks and a two-piece affair, which they didn't have to do, but it's kind of nice that it's like two-tone, and it has some little bit of contrast. Matches his helmet, also matches his suit. So winner there. Um, Also, what was neat was they put a tab on his leg here, and a slot in his foam gun. And full disclosure, this is the 25th anniversary version of his foam gun that they molded the slot out of it. Doesn't have the slot anymore, so I can't actually peg it to his leg. Um, but I lost my original foam gun, and this is the closest I could get without hunting eBay and finding something else. Um, so he holds it in his right hand, but it was neat on the original that they it would peg to his leg so he could have a hand free. And of course, he came with his spike knuckled trench axe. I like to call it, and I am missing that for this version, but I do have the chrome rubbery Fun School version. Um, but I honestly I lent it to my dreadnoughts because it's a way cooler weapon for a dreadnought than for a for a firefighter. Um, but yeah, man, this figure's great. I wished he would have had a removable helmet. Um, but it was kind of a mystery as a kid, not knowing what he looked like until of course, his comic and cartoon figure came out, and then of course it was the Viper. The Viper's coming. One of the greatest cartoon episodes of all time. Um, with his crazy, exaggerated Boston accent, super cool. And I can't say he was my favorite figure, uh, but I know that he was in almost every adventure that I played with as a kid, and I'd carry this figure around in my pocket a lot. As a kid, sometimes you bring a figure to school or whatever, or you just grab a handful of Joes real quick to go play out in the front yard with a buddy or something, and 9 times out of 10, he was in that handful. So I got to give him props for even being in like a non-combatant. Um, he was just flashy enough and cool enough looking to end up being a regular play toy. And yeah, man, um, barbecue, super cool. As far as sculpting, um, top tier, man. Everything that he should have is on him, and there's no extra, lameness. Um, Everything on him makes sense, and He looks like he's fireproof. He looks like he's well protected. Um, his helmet doesn't really look like a firefighter helmet per se. It's a lot more modern than that, but it does make sense. And I mean, given with all the rest of it, it it's believable as a fireman's helmet. Um, so definitely top tier. I would say a 8 or 9 out of 10 as far as figures go. I would definitely put him in my top 50 favorite characters of all time, at least on the GI Joe side. And overall, he's just cool looking. Um, I know they were just released him recently in the classified series, and a lot of people complained that they didn't weren't ready for him or didn't really want him as a 6-inch figure. Um, I don't know, man. I'm not a collector of the 6-inch stuff, but from what I've seen of the classified version of him, he looks really good, true to the original, and I don't see why anybody would complain about him. He just looks really good. Other than if they just want more soldiers, but that's just the luck of the draw with Joe's. Um, they always had like non-combatants and stuff. My first figure, um, to be honest, was Breaker, and I think I had him for a month or two before I even got any more Joes, and it was just him, and it was it was still pretty cool, you know. GI Joes or GI Joes, even if they're not fighting Joes, at least in my opinion, you know. And something to be said about the non-combatants. They kind of build the universe and makes it more real, because not everybody's a fighter. Some of us are lovers, and you know. But hmm. But yeah, barbecue. What do you guys think of him? You love him? You hate him? You're indifferent to him? Um, did he go on a lot of adventures as a kid? I know mine did. I wore mine out. He was by the time I was done collecting, my barbecue was he was all orange. All of his gray was worn off, and he had floppy legs and everything, and it was he was well worn toy. But yeah, tell me what you think below, and yeah, that's barbecue. Um, Again, it's always fun bringing you guys reviews and letting you know my opinions on these things, and it's always neat hearing from you guys in the comments. What you guys think about them too. So yeah, so let me know, and it was fun. We'll catch you next time. All right.